My place is a fucking mess, and I'm about to clean it, so do not judge me. Don't judge me. Or judge me anyway. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I don't look for your approval. I'm not looking for your approval. Judge me. No. Yeah, go ahead. I deserve to be judged. No, I'm about to clean, y'all. I'm about to clean. This is going to be a cleaning vlog. But I had some things that were on my mind, and I was like, I always have these things on my mind, and I imagine me talking about them, but I imagine me talking about them and like having an interview and diving deeper into conversation about it, but ultimately, it's just me. I told y'all it's fucking dry season. Ultimately, it's just me talking to myself, diving deeper into my thoughts, and not really having anyone combat them. And the reason being is, the reason that I even have views and opinions, perspectives on the things that I'm thinking about is because so many people go on the internet and they talk about them. So why am I not a person sitting on the internet talking about it if I have a different perspective? It's because I didn't want to be one of those people who got on the internet, those podcast chicas, people, bros, who got on the internet and be like, no, how you're living life is wrong. You shouldn't be living life like this. Or did you think about it from this perspective? But ultimately, it is important to have different viewpoints and people's voices out there in this world. Otherwise, the only voice who's going to be heard is the person who's the loudest, is the person who has the most access. So it's important to combat them. But it's also important to be heard. And I've noticed that on those groups in particular, most times, they do not allow the other person to be heard. So, all that was to say, I've got a few things on my mind, okay? All right. One, I've been out here dating for the past maybe 4 years or so. I dated one man for 8 months. That was pretty good. That's a good amount of time to date and realize, hey, things aren't going to work out. There's no future. Continue on with your life. I'm going to continue on with mine. But I also have dated just a few random men in spurts. And I will say, I am appreciative of the podcast bros for pushing out their viewpoint on how a woman is supposed to act or conduct themselves when dating in America. Because I'm not going to lie, I was way too lenient for the beginning. And then I skewed onto like a different perspective, a different angle where I was more strict on everything. And I was just like, gimme. I want. Because there was only really two guides out there on the internet on how to act when dating. That was either, hey, get a sugar daddy, take these old men for all their money, which also was on tangent of, hey, men, do not date until you have money. And then there was the other side of the coin, which was have fun. Was it have fun? Was it like, fuck all that, just have fun? Because I feel like I was on the whole, fuck all that, let's just have fun, live life to the fullest. You only live once, YOLO. But the byproduct of that was I was not making sure that these men were compatible for me long term. Instead, I was just out there having fun. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I miss those days of just being outside having fun. I really wish that I could go back into my naivete and just enjoy life to its fullest with no expectations whatsoever. I was just out there. But sadly, I got older, and since by being out there, I gained a lot of wisdom. But honestly, I feel like if anything worked, it was that one. Because the other perspective of that is, be more cautious. Make sure that this person's a good match. Be more selective. Try to get to know them. And that is a lot more difficult than it is being said. Okay? Because if you go out there in this world actually dating, you will realize most people do not take dating seriously until they've developed feelings for another. Otherwise, you're just a random person who's trying to get to know me. And not a lot of people really want to get to know. If there's no incentive, or if they don't see an incentive in the act of getting to know another person, there's really no point in doing it. And for me, the incentive has been sex. It's been sex. It's been care. It's been intimacy. It's been companionship, getting to enjoy life with another individual. But there's a lot more introverts in this world than there were in the past. There's not a lot of need of companionship in my generation. I'm technically Gen Z. But that's not really a desire amongst the masses. Really. They're like, girl, I live life alone. I mean, I was born alone. I'm going to die alone. That's the motto of most of the people here in this generation. And if you're lucky, you have friends. If you're lucky, you didn't grow up. If you're lucky, you grew up in an environment where your parents forced you to have peer contact outside of like school and work. So you've built up the familiar relationships amongst your community, and you didn't have to go to the internet to search how to do it. That's if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you listened to your parents and partook in that experience. That's if you're lucky. But not everyone's lucky. Some people did not have parents that were actually active in their life and forced them to do it. Some people, as they grown through teenagehood to adulthood, had to go onto the internet or was looking for a mentor. And sadly, you don't really run across a lot of in-person mentors nowadays. So they went to the internet to try to find advice on how to conduct themselves into society that looked like how it's being depicted as on television. They're looking for familial spaces, and the guide to how to obtain that was being boasted on the internet. So sadly, a lot of people got a lot of misinformation, because getting information also requires discernment on if this information is true or if it's compatible with your lifestyle. And when you're young, not a lot of people, when they're young and naive, not a lot of people exercise that discernment. You must take the good, you must pick apart the good from the bad, or pick apart the thing that makes sense for you in your life from the thing that doesn't make sense for you in your life. And the only way that you'll be able to do that is if you actually try to utilize the information. Well, it's not the only way, but it is a pretty common way, is to utilize the information you obtain to see if it's actually fitting for the life you want to live. I've learned a lot of horrid things for my life, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of stuff did not make sense. And for me, I had to actually live it. I had to try to utilize the knowledge I was receiving to see if it would be fitting for my life. And luckily for me, it wasn't. Well, I'm gonna say lucky. I think I'm lucky. Therefore, I am. But it was not able to be utilized in my life. But I still have a lot of the teachings being dwelled inside my mental. I still learned a lot. It's crooked, ain't it? But it don't look awful. But yeah. So I turned on this camera because I was thinking about how contradicting a lot of the stuff that I learned on the internet was, but I also was thinking about how they all kind of, even though they're from different sources, they correlated with one another. And I wanted to talk about how it's being advised to men to not date until they've established funds to where they're capable of dating and providing for a woman financially. And then it's advised to women to only date men who are capable of providing for them financially. Well, not even only, but to do it if they aspire to live an easy life. And there isn't necessarily anything wrong with those teachings. But I have noticed that as a young woman in her mid-20s who is currently dating out here in this world and has been dating for the past couple of years, it's been very difficult for me to find an individual who possesses that trait, one. And is it? No, because I've been able to find a lot of men who have possessed the financial literacy trait. However, they haven't worked on anything to make them interesting. A lot of these men that I've been dating who are older and have established themselves financially, even have been married and had children and then divorced, a lot of them are depressed. And why am I attracting depressed people? That I'm not understanding. I'm not chronically depressed. I've been attracting chronically depressed people, and I don't understand why. It's a little weird. That's a little weird. I have to dive into that more. I've been trying to figure out what the answer to that is, but I don't know what it is. Something about... Maybe it's just not me who's attracting them. Maybe they're just attracted to anyone who looks like they can bring them happiness, and I look like a provider of happiness. But I'm only a provider of happiness if I find anything of interest. And those people that I've been dating have not been interesting. But they have money. So money cannot be an only indicator on if a person is capable of dating. Some indicators that I've learned are they witty? Can they have banter? Like, can we joke about the same thing for like a good paragraph? And I don't mean it like a paragraph exchange. Like, can we have a conversation about something that's not really anything for like a good 2 minutes? Can we banter with each other about something that doesn't even exist? Can we flirt? A lot of people do not have the flirting capacity. I've learned that flirting has kind of gone out the window recently. Like, in my generation, most people do not flirt with one another. They've lost the art of flirting. We got to get back to the art of flirting. Instead, we've learned the art of flexing to obtain attraction. But how many people have you met have been turned off by someone who was flexing? Anyway, these are just thoughts that I've had. I'm about to clean my apartment. That's a video that I'm going to record because it's a fucking mess. But I just wanted to get that off my mind. If that made sense to you, or if you want to continue this conversation, please do it in the comments down below, because I really need someone to participate so that I can dive deeper into my understanding of what I'm saying, and so that I can articulate it well so that other people can understand my thought process. Anyway, have a good day.